Hello and welcome back everybody, I'm Bavarian and we are going to take a look at the time-lapse today here in our playthrough in the Historical Immersion project, which has now ended. As a full playthrough it has ended. We have tried to redeem ourselves, to redeem our blood, and we have failed. Essentially what happened is Adelphius snapped, much like a well-known, crazy and fanatical superhero, or Freudian slip right there, super villain. He just snapped away all those that prayed to him, and I mean, that is the result of it. We couldn't stop it. Saritza Eliz, the cursed one, tried her best, but it didn't work out. And all I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to go ahead, rename this to Hike. I'm just going to name it Hike. That's okay. Shows better on the map anyway, because it's so much, you know, shorter. And then I'm going to do two things. I'm going to give you... Actually, I'm gonna do three things. I'm going to bless you, and then I'm going to play him, and I think I should even be able to do that. What is his ID? This one. And I'm going to give her the Lucky Ruler trait too, just with the hope that they will actually pull this off. Well, before we actually go into the time-lapse, you know, we're going to talk about all of this. We're going to talk about Bulgaria and what we've achieved here, what we've tried to do, what I tried to do with the storytelling. We're going to talk about this in this time-lapse. But what I really want to talk about first and foremost is... Nope, I forgot something. Please give me... autosave interval yearly, because I had the game crash on me earlier. We're going to talk about what I want to do with the channel for the next couple of weeks, up to maybe like 1 month. So I'm fairly busy in real life, which is also why I feel a bit distraught about this series, because I would have liked to give more love, to give more dedication to, you know, the storytelling, to all of the events in it, and I wasn't able to do it simply because I didn't have the time, and the upcoming month will be even busier for me, meaning two things. I will only do one video per day in the next couple of weeks. I think, honestly, until the end of July. So, like, you know, 1st of August, you should be back to the usual schedule. But until then, we're going to dial it down to only one video every day. I still want to do that video. You know I'm busy and everything, but I want to do the video because I'm having so much fun doing YouTube just in general. It's incredibly exciting, and I think getting in a bit of a different, you know, flow with the work, or not work, but with a hobby here, is also a bit, you know, it's a nice thing. It helps you reinvent yourself. And I was thinking, in that time, since it's downtime considerably, you know, that is pretty much what it is. Since it is downtime, I was thinking, maybe I'm gonna go on and play games that aren't CK2. I love this game, I really do, but I think since I need something less committed to, you know, where I can't have that much time for this series, where I can't have that much time in the back, you know, modding and so on and so forth, I want to play some other games. I have a lot of games in my backlog anyway. I think we want to check them out. I think we're going to hopefully find a game that I want to sink some hours into, and then we're going to have one episode of that game, or maybe of many different games, you know, per day on the channel. That is the plan on my part, you know, until the start of August. At the start of August, I would like to continue the story of Adelphius, although it will be with a very big twist. We're going to move out a bit, you know, we're going to zoom out and take a look at it from a different angle. It's going to be a bit of a good joke, you know, something like that, but it's also going to be, of course, a good story basis. At least I would hope so. But until then, as I said, I would like to just play some other games, you know, get used to some other content on the channel. You don't have to watch it, I completely understand. Oh no! Bulgaria, this quickly? This quickly is how you fail? Really? That's terrible. And he's trying to kill Vasilii, the foster son of Simeon. Man, everything is falling apart. Chaos is finding its way into these lands, and look at this. Vasilii of Romayon revolt. Oh, would you look at this? What is he doing? Against the tyranny. He has 12k troops against 12k. Oh, this is difficult. She is still 20k troops, not really doing much with them, but, you know, if she could... Let me tell you, she has the potential. She might be old, but she is still quite good as a... Oh my god, because she's a Lucky Ruler, she's amazing, actually. Of course she is. But yeah, you know, get ready. You don't have to watch it. I understand that fully. But if you're interested in some other content, if you want to see some other games, I, you know, got some keys lying around here as well for some games that I never really got to cover, but that I would like to cover. And we're gonna, you know, shortly explore some of that stuff. Other than that, I mean, as I said, after August, it's going to go back to normal. We're going to go dive deeper into the roleplay angle in CK2 and hopefully have a really good time with it. How you doing, buddy? Are you holding up? Not too good, huh? How are you holding up? You're not doing anything. Saritza Eliz, the cursed one, literally has no interest in actually conquering things. And she also no longer holds Hike. Instead, she just... Oh, interesting. EMF auto-destroys. So, once you lose too much territory as an empire in H.I.P, you get degraded to being a kingdom. And that is exactly what happened here. This is just a, kingdom founded based on her position. It has nothing to do with H.I.P per se, but she is obviously not by anybody recognized as the rightful Empress of H.I.P anymore, because all the people that followed her and that followed her family are gone, and look at this, Castile is further falling apart. God, I love it. I really do. I don't know how they do it. Oh my god, what is happening here? So now we have Voivod Sars of Wallachia. I assume that he is a peasant leader indeed. Bulgaria is done for. I mean, say what you will, I made him a lucky ruler, but Bulgaria is absolutely and utterly done for. And now they're even conquering Karvuna, it's just a host. I think he won that one actually. Man, he even has the Bulgarian Company as a vassal, and yet nothing is working out for good old Tsar Jerolim. I assume that the power of the blood was what kept us going. That is what made us a truly once-in-a-lifetime dynasty. And he doesn't share the blood. It is, at the end of the day, of course, the mistake and the error of Tsaritsa Eliz. But if you think about her as a story character, everything that she has done in her life ended in failure. She attempted to go against her uncle, and it did not work. She attempted to build up Bulgaria and give it a future with a proper and rightful understanding of what it means to live in the material plane, to be a servant of the demiurge. And she failed in it all. Tsaritsa Eliz is, I guess, one side of the medal. When Adelphius, or if Adelphius, is the other side of the medal, then she is clearly the first side. The side of failure, the side of, just attempting to overthrow whatever is successful. Whether that success is good or not be something up in the air, but at the end of the day, she achieved nothing. She brought nothing but chaos and destruction, ravaging the former lands of the Vasilea Romayon and, of course, destroying the lands of H.I.P. I mean, it is up for debate whether she is to blame. Oh, and she's actually helping Jerolim now. And she should be able to win that for him, simply because of all the troops. If she were to die right now, he might actually have a chance. You know what? I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me, okay? I'm gonna just do something here to make it a bit more interesting. Goodbye. And that should, if I'm not mistaken here. Yes, it gave him her troops. Maybe he still has a chance, okay? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. Oh, and look at this. The Ismaili are conquering the Holy Land from the Sunnis. They took it during the last, or I think even the first jihad. And now Khalifa al-Mustamjik is of course not in any position to stop it because he's far too weak. Far too weak. And would you look at this? Apparently, Strumanos is under Wallachia. Why that is the case, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I can tell you that he will most certainly not lose his walls. After all, Tsar Jerolim Priest-Hater has been saved and he already has a daughter. Now I know that I was just, didn't have the time to take out the bloodline. I should have done it. Wouldn't really have been too hard. It's just a save game edit at that point. It's not even an event edit or anything, I also want to address some people that were asking, hey, can you give us this as a mod? Well, the thing is, if you actually saw the modding in the background, particularly the modding that is story driven, it is very in the moment. And what I mean by that is that I constantly paste and work over events that I no longer need because I've already used them. And when I do that, and be quiet my phone, and when I do that, I will tell you that there's no real use as a mod. If you want to start as Simeon the Devil, you can do this very, very easily, because that is something that you can do purely by installing H.I.P. Give him all the traits that I gave him, and you will be in a position of having the exact same start. What else is going on anyway? Wales has fallen apart after I took away their lucky ruler trait. Of course, the Muslims up here are still conquering, since they are indeed blessed with the lucky ruler trait right there. The Alziri dynasty is rebounding, it seems. I thought they had some issues there, but ooh. Alushaini Vadai. So they're attacking Vadai. Why don't you show me this? Hey. Then I would like to look at actual Vadai. Oh, down there, really. Man, that's a wild war. Who goes to the sub-Saharan area there? But I guess Alziri does have a vested interest right over here because all of this is part of their sphere of influence. No doubt about it. The Mongols aren't too far away, of course, at this point. I don't know when they will actually show up. I know they will show up, but that's also everything I know. I will tell you, you know, it was a fun series. It was a very fun playthrough. I do wish, and I think I've mentioned this before in this very video, but I do wish that there was kind of just a bit more time for me to, you know, take care of the storytelling, of the story writing, and so on and so forth. We would have had more time to actually explore a lot of the ideas there. Tributary state, I see how it is. What a strange dedication there. So it's a bit weird in that regard. You know, I wish I could have had more time in putting in more mechanics, making it matter more. I think that is what it really comes down to for me. What are you rebelling for anyway? Crown Authority. And what are you rebelling for? Crown Authority and a claim on the HRE. Interesting. Oh, and Wales is back. I was actually wrong. Wales is 100% back, and they aren't even blessed rulers. We will be back at the start of August. We will be back playing, you know, more CK2. I'm really hyped for that. But hey, time currently doesn't allow to make it in a way that is kind of, you know, fulfilling enough for me. I wanna tell special stories in this game. And if I can't do that because time doesn't allow for it, then I would rather just, you know, hey, let's play some normal games. Let's maybe play some Endless Space 2. Definitely want to get into that. Want to learn it a bit. Just picked it up, really. I definitely also want to play probably some Workers and whatever it's called. That game. It's an interesting game, I will say, but it kind of already... I only have like 2 hours in it, right? But it already tries to seem more complex than it really is by hiding away information and abilities to do something. But more on that later, I think. It's a fascinating approach to a game, I will say. But, you know, there are always positives and negatives. And on this channel, you will always also meet the negatives. I mean, with CK2, for example, at this point, I do wish, just looking at the map, I do wish, imagine a map like Imperator Rome, but for CK3. What wouldn't I give for that? Man, there's not much that I wouldn't be willing to sacrifice to get that, you know? It's a tremendous potential there. Would enhance the roleplay so much if you could devastate individual settlements in your wars. It would just be a whole different game, really. Beeman? Is that a spelling error? Beeman. Oh my god, he's Bavarian. You son of a... You know... You've done me in for. I will tell you the following. There is actually, is it recognized? I'm not quite certain. No, I don't think it is. I think it's just recognized as a dialect, but not as a language, but it wants to be a language. But, you know, as the old saying goes, language is just a dialect with an army. But Bavarian, or Bayerisch, as, you know, an actual written tongue, always makes me squirm. And it's not necessarily because, like, so terrible, you know, once you pronounce it, it's just like, yeah, this is just how that sounds, right? But I oftentimes will say that I feel as though a bit of a different alphabet would make more sense than just propping it into the proper alphabet. I don't know, dude. Just Bavarian or Bayerisch written, which, by the way, is not even close to being what most of Bavaria speaks. You have a multitude of different local accents and dialects floating around in all of Bavaria. And Beeman. Yeah, Beeman. Alright. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, that's quite some interesting stuff. But like when I see that, it just makes me go, why'd you do that to me? But the Liudolfinger dynasty, and I will say that they have been incredibly successful. Because I'm pretty sure they were also holding down some other land. At least somewhere in the HRE here. But I thought the Liudolfinger also held Italy at some point. Am I wrong here? Let's actually check this. Let's actually... Yeah, there you go. See, that's what I was talking about. The Liudolfinger were very successful in this game, which is surprising. They usually don't do that well at all. Bulgaria's holding on. You know, I mean, I gave them a lot of troops. I will admit it, but at the same time, they are holding on. And he's establishing at least somewhat of a realm over here in the east. You know, he's spreading his influence via these tributaries. I mean, I guess that's easier than actually going against Wallachia. Man, Wallachia, or, you know, the Byzantine Empire, he should and could easily beat them, and yet he does not do it. What a weird circumstance. It's also strange, I will admit, that Bulgaria does not actually have any claims on Wallachia. It was taken from them. They should have some claims, you know. He just keeps making people into tributaries. Oh, the Aloshahini dynasty has a bit of a revolt there. But yeah, that's the plan for the channel for, you know, the coming month. After that, we're going to go back to normal business. But I'm excited to try out some games. I have been. And do not get me wrong here, okay? And I'm hoping, when I mention this, I'm hoping that, you know, almost nobody will be watching at 15 minutes anymore. But I have been playing with a friend. I have been playing No Man's Sky lately. And I know, okay, don't even. I was alive when that game was announced and when all the lies happened, when all that stuff went down. But my god, dude, I'm having a grand time. Not material for the channel, but I'm telling you, I'm actually having fun. So I was just like, you know, hey, maybe I just want to put some stuff up, not No Man's Sky, but some stuff up that I would be playing off camera otherwise. For example, Endless Space 2. So that I, you know, can combine the time in which I play games normally with the time in which I record. I think that is just, you know, a good time saver right there. Oh my goodness. 41k troops. I love that the Vasilea Romayon, that the AI actually was able to hold on, you know, to make their way. And he's doing fairly well. I mean, Tsar Jerolim, you know, is not a terrible ruler. He was a terrible ruler because before I gave him the additional levies here, but ever since, he's done fine. And look at this, the event spawned are torn down to 6k. But his actual domain and vassals, since everybody likes him, give him so many troops that everything is pretty much okay. I will say that the one thing I love, and this is why I back in the day didn't do it and why I defended not doing it, I believe to this very day that not sending the Crusade... Wait, where did the last Crusade actually go here? Oh, for Jerusalem, quite clearly. Yeah, alright, Jerusalem is back and Magyar holds it this time around. But what it comes down to for me is some people, when we did the Crusade for Italias, was they came up and said, hey, do a Crusade for Iberia instead. Italias is just so unrealistic, and I get it, right? But this is a beauty. The fact that they are still fighting over Iberia instead of me just going in and having, you know, the Al-Andalusian Crusade and ending it all is so amazing to me. This is actually a really good Iberian Reconquista war, and it's not even a proper Reconquista because they did not win. They haven't done anything at the Christians when it comes to actually pushing out the Muslims, and you can see that right over here as well. The Muslims are holding on, although the Christians, of course, are also holding on. It's a very fair competition right there. It is so interesting to see just how quickly all of this was reabsorbed. It's nice. It's very refreshing to see it, you know, to see those empires immediately fill the gap. Oh, they're back under Maghreb. Wait a minute. What? Maghreb? That means... Why is it not showing your dynasty name? That's what it's supposed to do. You know this, right? Must have adopted a culture that doesn't do it or something. How are you doing, buddy? He just makes everybody a tributary state for some reason. I can't explain to you why, but that is all he does in his life. And yeah, he just made him a tributary. Fair enough. Oh, look at this. Castile has thoroughly fallen. France pretty fractured right over here. I still hate that you just exist. Italia's lost some land to what I can only assume is Hungary, and indeed it is. Bulgaria is still holding on, not doing much though. Did win an embargo war that he started for no particular reason. If you have any ideas of games that I should play, you know, just check out. Let me know. I'm up for it. August is also going to be very, very interesting because we will be playing CK2, but we will also, and I can tell you there's no way around it, I'm hyped for that game. We will also be playing Age of Wonders, Planetfall, coming out on the 6th of August. I am very excited to play that game. And I'll also be real with you, it feels like the Al Abbasi dynasty, and they did this all by themselves. I did not help them in any way. It looks like they are practically the Mongols. Right? Doesn't it? Damn, good job. How did they do that? They just came out of nowhere. You had the Seljuks in control for the longest time. Yeah, look at this. So they came in 20 years after the game started. They started to, you know, create their empire, and then they held it for about 70 years, 80 years. And then after that, they just, I mean, the Abbasids have done a tremendous job. He conquered it as a claimant. And I think he did it from an internal rebellion anyway. Khalifa al-Muqtafi, the monster, and they are, of course, insanely powerful simply because they hold the Caliphate title. And I see when the next jihad... Oh, wait, could he call one right now? It's just, that is tremendous. That is actually crazy, just how successful the Al-Abbasid dynasty has been. I will say that it does make sense to me, at least to a certain degree, that the family and that what we created would fall as soon as the blood was taken out of the equation, because the blood is what made us special, the blood is what made us so powerful, and then it all crashed and fell apart. And now look at this, I mean, Bulgaria is standing on its last, you know, barely has anything anymore. They are holding on better than I thought though, but I suppose that is just what happens if you give somebody a lucky ruler trait. Bulgaria, or Basilea Romayon on the other hand, suffering quite significantly. Other than that, not too much going on in terms of interesting things. Oh yeah, no, okay, I just wanted to test this. The game just freezes if I were to tab out. This game is very, very strange for tabbing out for me. Oh, you're dead again, huh? Died under suspicious circumstances, murdered by some random dude. Truly amazing. But look at them, they are practically expanding all the way where the Mongols historically expanded, and the Mongols aren't even here yet. It's gonna be so easy for the Mongols to just rush in here and take everything because it's just one enemy. They can, you know, tear that enemy down and be done with it. 171 years in. Man, this was a fun playthrough. And the Al-Shaini dynasty is now sharing half of Africa with the Al-Ziri dynasty. Quite the achievement. Quite the achievement indeed. Bulgaria retook Wallachia. Impressive. Very impressive. Jerolim Haig did what needed to be done. Has 2 daughters, one of which has 1 daughter already. Excellent. The succession is save. Tsar Jerolim Priestator. And look at Eliz. I mean, you know, she was unlucky at the end of the day. She grew into a position that she never wanted to be in. She was never destined to be this great ruler, this great lady of power and stature. You know, she was brought up to be, at the most, the second in command in the Duchy of Kachin, and then all of them passed away. Her sister Yeva died, and I mean, Yeva was a tremendous person. Look at her, probably a better suited ruler, but also, of course, married to Yohannan. Yeah, that was the interesting part. She was actually married to him, making this entire dynamic even more futile, or rather, criminal. Almost. I mean, almost. I think murdering people is quite criminal at the end of the day. But, you know, it just made it into a story where she couldn't succeed because she never was destined to succeed. She was a mix of failure and attempts to overcome failure. And yet she never did, and Yohannan got away with it all. Yohannan got away with it all. Oh, and Morios, how did that happen? God, I gotta sneeze one moment. Man, remember the time I said I'm gonna record a video in which I answer questions? Those were the days, eh? Those were the days. Never got to that so far. I don't know what it is, just, you know, never have time to record it. But yeah, what other games are coming out? I mean, when it comes to grand strategy, I feel like we're a bit in a drought right now. I'm definitely going to jump back into Imperator Rome once the Cicero pitch, Kikaro, I guess, the Kikaro patch hits in, I believe, September. It will be tremendous. I will be very, very excited for that one. Other than that, I mean, what is going on? They're going to announce a new game at PDXCon in October. I'm excited for Empire of Sin, which I believe comes out in spring 2020. That looks very cool. Very, very excited for that one. But other than that, I mean, what else? What else? I think there is going to be like an Illuminati style game, but it's, you know, look, I never was as hyper aware of this as I am now, you know, or as I became once I started doing YouTube, but there are plenty of games being released. But many of them are not very deep. The game that I was talking about when it comes to the Illuminati, it looks interesting, but like once you jump into it, I think it might not be. I will also tell you that at the gates, man, at the gates. At the gates. Don Schaefer's At the Gates, what a game. What a game of huge potential and amazing ideas. So amazing that I'm willing to say that this is my what could have been 2019 game. Like, that is the game where I look at it and I just say, you could have been the best thing on the market 2019, I mean. But you just weren't. Or was it 2020? When was that game released? I believe it was 2019. I might be wrong. Was it? I'm not sure. It's just, man, that game, and he has been tirelessly working on it. I do know that. I did take a look at it, you know, just a week ago. That game is actually my wet dream for a 4X game. I'll be honest with you. If he finishes that off and makes it in a way that I will not look at it and just say, oh, what could have been, but will instead say, oh, what is, God, that would be a day of glory. But I think we're coming closer and closer to that simply because he is pushing out content for it. Whether or not that will actually pay off, you know, still remains to be seen, but I'm hopeful. That much is sure. I am very much hopeful. What are you doing anyway? You're just fighting some peasant revolts, huh? Oh no, this is not actually peasant revolt. Attacking the revolt. Huh. Tsar Jerusalem. Early war cooldown. That's what you get, you son of a gun. Did he convert any more land? Oh yeah. Bulgaria is primarily Bogomilist now. Over here, Albania also Bogomilist. Very, very nice. Is this Catholicism? It is. Oh lordy. You're a Catholic. Magyar Catholic ruling over southern Greece. What gives? And Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Yet again Sunni, so I can only assume they went in for another jihad, and indeed they did. Do you have any jihad? Like, how are your jihads going? Is nobody actually the Caliph? I know you're the Caliph. No, he is the... Oh, he can't call it because he's underaged. How are the Catholics doing? Next Crusade in about 15 years, so the earliest that we would see is the Al-Husayni jihad. Once he actually grows up to be 16, he would be able to call it and make it so that maybe he can retake... I don't know what he would even go for. I don't think he can go against the Sunnis because they're both in the, you know, Muslim group. But I think he would be able to go, for example, against the Basileia Romaeon. I love, by the way, that Alba still holds Sicily. Are they Scottish down there at this time? No. No Scots. Very disappointing. Oh, the Welsh have landed over here, it seems. Other than that, I can't see much in terms of interesting development. Of course, the H.I.P people, and this is the cool thing, that the decision... And let me... Look, when we're in this kind of mode where, you know, I can just talk about a lot of things and I don't have to play the game, in actuality, making it easier for me to just talk. Give me a different song, please. Let's talk about the event that I used to splinter hike. It's a super cool event because it is a rewritten event coming from the Magyar migration, and I rewrote it in a way that made more sense to me, at the very least, at the time. But the core that I kept from the Magyar event was essentially that all provinces outside of a certain region, which that was part what I erased, but the Magyar event does it because, you know, if you conquer the Kingdom of Hungary, then it doesn't want you to keep the rest of the land that you still hold. And the way it goes is all provinces rather, in the region, whatever region you select or whatever other regions you don't deselect, all those provinces request, hey, anybody here, not my type of religion and culture. I set it to not religion, Messalian. So, for example, the provinces right here, which was at the time still a hike province, right here you know, looked around itself and chose at random one province that was not Messalian, then took over both of the details here. So Ismaili and Mashriki, for example, took both of them over and made it so that now all of a sudden the native population, which I can only assume was probably high, they all stopped being high and it all became this province, meaning that the high people, and that is what I mentioned before, that essentially, you know, Adelphius or Yohannan, whatever, he took those people away. So those people just disappeared, and whoever remained didn't pray to him, and he wasn't a native Armenian. So that is why you have all these Suraiya here. That is all just minorities, some Kurds, you know. You got some high people here now that are still there. Down here, it's some Greeks that came in, some Mashriki, of course, and then the religions were all over the place. Less so today, but they were all over the place. We had some, we might even still have them here. There's some Jews down there. There's some Apostolic that were all over the place. Still are, to a certain degree. And I believe we even had some monothelite here. But that is such a cool event, because it works so super cool. Splinters the realm, makes it so that your old population is entirely gone, and my god, look at the Alabasi dynasty. They are actually dishing it out. It's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. How are you doing? He is now defending, but he is 18 and could call for a jihad. Let's take a look at this. I want to see him call for a jihad, absolutely. 100% of the time. Alright, this war's over. He just won it. Defended valiantly. But is down to only 4k troops, 5k troops. It's rising up quickly. When is he going to call the jihad? Is he ever going to call the jihad? That's the biggest question for me here. He must have unlocked it, right? Cannot be destroyed. Can call for a jihad. Yes. Can call for a jihad. And the time of jihad is already obviously here, because the Sunnis have called multiple times for their own jihad. He's not doing it, is he? What a strange person. Atabek Bahadir of the Mazyadi Atabalik. Just on the defensive this entire time, and he's actually losing, interestingly enough. But I don't think he's going to properly lose this. What is this? Paradesus? Bulgaria. Oh, Slovak. Oh, so he did have a son after all. 10 years old, lucky ruler. Maybe he's going to win, maybe he's not going to win. But Bulgaria lives, but only because we made him a lucky ruler. Beeman, in the meantime, falling apart. The Muslim right here is making the mistake of just making everyone a tributary instead of conquering them. It leaves them very vulnerable. Oh, and look at this. I love that. That's such a good meme. Why are you not calling your jihad? He should be able to call it against the Byzantines. Might be wrong here, but it's pretty much his only target, because Jerusalem is Sunni. Abyssinia not really worth anything. Why is he not calling it? I do wonder. But yeah, you know, I might be thinking, don't quote me on this. When I return to CK2 in August, when I have more time again, I think I'm actually going to release a mod for the playthrough in which Yohannan, aka Adelphius, will show up again. I think that is a solution that I'm happy with, because then I have more time to give you a base package of, you know, something that works. So I think that is what we're going to do in that regard. I think we're going to go out of our way, and I'm going to, in August, go down that road to actually release a full mod there. I wouldn't like to release something work in progress. I would like to, you know, if I release ever something like this, I would like to release something that is essentially just done. And you look at and you're just like, you know, this mod is good. This mod works. What is this? Probably not what I was hoping for, because this is a Muslim symbol here. Yes. Okay. I don't like to do mods where I'm like, oh, you know, this is version 0.01. You can look at the map. What I would like to do is, I would essentially go around and, use an existing mod and just make some, like, use an existing world total overhaul mod and mod something in there. I think that should be fun. Yeah, and with the time, I think I will also be happier with the actual result of it. And then you guys can play with me. I mean, you know, that is something that I've heard a lot of people say here, actually, that usually you guys like to try and you know, or some of you guys try to play whatever I'm doing and do it too. But that was, of course, very difficult to do in these playthroughs here, because how are you gonna have Marry of Hike? You know, those events, I literally write them like 10 minutes before I record the episode. How are you gonna, you know, how are you gonna do that? But if I just release a version of a mod that makes it so, oh, Jerusalem, naughty. If I just release something that makes it so that you can just jump right in and there you go and you got it, you know, I think then we'd be in a very, very nice position. Oh, you're the suzerain of Denmark? Excuse you? Am I? Oh, is his name just of Denmark? Because he's not actually the suzerain of Denmark. No, he's just the prince of Denmark. But he's actually the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar are apparently a tributary to Jerusalem Sunni. Yeah, I like France. That looks nasty. I like it. Bulgaria is still holding on. Quite nice. Oh. He went for a holy war for Nicopolis. And I think Slovak will actually be able to defend his vassal there. Or it's not even a tributary, actually. Oh, he's being attacked directly. I only understood that now. Huh. But yeah, pretty much once we return to CK2, you know, expect a mod. Expect being able to do what I'm doing on screen. And that should lead you there. I was hoping to create something, you know, that is a bit more general. I mentioned this earlier, but like, when you mod on the fly, when you mod in a storyline, you do it very, very much on the fly. And I would like something general, you know, something that always works, that anybody can play and make it happen, and then I put some extra, you know, story in it, where I just, you know, somewhat fantasize about things, I guess. That's always what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? We're attacking him, okay. I don't know where this is going. Why are you all... Oh, they inherited it. He inherited it, I think. Fascinating. Does have a regent. Sultan Berkan, the Cleansing Flame. Cleansing Flame, everybody. Fascinating. And he still hasn't called it. I don't think he's ever gonna call his jihad, I'll be honest with you. How are you doing? 12, in 2 more years we're gonna see 1 more crusade. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, the Muslim absolutely fell apart. Alright, you know what? I mean, you tried. You didn't succeed though. My bad, shouldn't have trusted you, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna play some other games. Not really necessarily a long series. I might change the game, like, at any point, at any day. You know, might jump in for like 6 episodes of Endless Space 2. And then we play something else, something like that. We'll see about it, depending on what I want to play. And then in August, we're gonna have Age of Wonders, Planetfall. We're gonna have the wonderful CK2 with a unique mod. We're gonna have the wonderful Imperator back on the channel in September. I'm very, very excited. Absolutely excited. Ooh, what is this? Unjust Congress of Theobriad Aran. He's attacking England. And England is flying... Yeah, I was about to say, they're flying the Anglo-Saxon and not the Norman flag. This is the dragon. And England is also holding... I mean, you know... It's just very natural. You're English, then trying to conquer that, I guess it's part of your blood. Part of your... entire essence. And he's honestly not doing so hard. He's just like so much on the defensive. When is he ever doing anything interesting? Slovak, you do something. Oh, they've come. They have arrived. That means that spells out the end for the Alabasis. At least, you know, initially. Mongol invasion of Dashte Kipchak. Yeah, they're going in there. It's going to be a big chunk of territory that they can will be able to take. Khan Temujin the Hunter. And of course, they are giving him a really easy target here. Now that the Adelphius dynasty kept all of this together, he can just have, you know, one war, win in 2 seconds, then declare another war, and so on and so forth. Very, very easy for him to actually go ahead and destroy his enemy this way. The Mongols are here, right on time, and they will of course not stop until they conquer everything that they deserve and desire. Oh, I love the Mongols. They're so good in HRE2, in H.I.P, I mean. They're so good because they're just so efficient and effective. They're guaranteed to get whatever they had historically. And there goes another victory for the Mongols. What's he gonna do here? Who can he declare war against even? Oh, it's Adelphius, isn't it? Ah, nope, just declares another Adelphius war. Avar and nah, what is that? There it is, okay, I see. Trying to unify everything here. And I mean, he does have the troops to do it. He does have the possibilities to pull it off. It just means that the Sunni Caliph, at worst, and this would be amazing, I would love this, but possibly the Sunni Caliph could be reduced to this. Wouldn't that be cute? I feel that would be incredibly cute. Here come the Mongols. And Temujin the Hunter. He does seem to wait out the truce, and I'm not really seeing him declare on anything else because, of course, primarily he wants to go down this route. We'll see about it. We'll see how far he goes. He's only 47, already this deep in, man. The Mongols are coming quick and dirty. Quicker than usually, anyway. 67,000 plus 12,000 gold. Still nomadic as well. How are we doing in that regard? Oh, most of this region actually is still nomadic as well as here. We did a good job winning that over. And the Byzantines are likely going to fall. Yeah, I think the Byzantines are going to fall to the Mongols, and then maybe Bulgaria will actually have a chance to sweep in and restore the empire. I doubt it because it's AI, but even then, I mean, you know, hey, you gotta trust him at least a little bit. What is he going for? Khwarazm. Just this. What a tiny area. What a waste of a war, I suppose. Oh, here's a Snuffles. His bits are no longer sick, alright. Well, I said nothing. Temujin, please do not destroy me. It would be much better for him if he actually, you know, just break the truce really, or if the game just didn't give him any truce at all. But I guess that would make him too OP. Not that that has ever stopped him. In November, he will be able to immediately go in for more, and I assume that he will then at that point actually go for Khorasan and eat his way through Persia. But the Adelphius dynasty appears to have fallen. I mean, what are they going to do? They are trying to desperately reconnect their land. Oh, there they go, yeah. So the Adelphius Caliph just died, meaning all of this split off, meaning that all of this is now again free food for the Mongols. And he's clearly not intent on losing any of this. Oh, the second invasion of Khorasan? That's so tedious. Oh, there was a rebellion, I remember now. There was a rebellion, and because of that, the Mongols weren't able to take it all. Oh my god. The actual 4th Crusade has happened. Yeah. Wow. Oh, and he, oh my god. Tsar-Slavak, please. So he just created the Empire of Bechenekla. He didn't create Bulgaria, he created Bechenekla. I mentioned that before. Bechenekla actually is its own little empire over there, which is a bit of a cheat for him, but that's okay. And the Byzantines have fallen. I'm just thinking, where the hell are strong Basileus? I guess it is actually Nicaea, huh? Thessalonica exists the way it does. No Latin Empire. But that's okay. Oh boy. I mean, the Mongols will definitely like that. They will just be able to, you know, push all the way down there. God, I love the way the Mongols work here. They are such a force of absolute destruction. No mercy. No way of stopping them. Oh, but look at that. They're holding up there. You know, there's a lot of Sunni going on over here in Russia, just in general. Orthodox, you know, Orthodoxy has crumbled at least a little bit. The Pechenegs have recovered, whatever that means. Oh, so he created Wallachia, Moldova, and Bulgaria. And oh, and he just lost his title? What the fuck happened to him? Why did his empire get destroyed? Why did his empire get destroyed? You know, problem with that is that I actually have no idea. Oh, and Trebizond, Jesus. Man, that's ambitious. Big Trebizond. Kabulistan. Oh, really? For Kabulistan first? Huh. What a strange war. Not that it is actually going to cost him anything, but you know. Yeah, no. Man, this is a beautifully ugly world. The HRE has overblobbed. Let me tell you, the HRE should have been more unstable. Poland never should have become a part of it. Croatia maybe, but like even then, look at this. It's just too fat. The HRE is far, far too fat. Disgusting. Alright, you know that you can declare wars against those people here, right? I guess he's coded to go for Persia and Baghdad first. But by God, since it's all individual kingdoms, it takes quite some time. Doesn't it? Then again, that's also fair for the AI and the player. Fairer than, you know, which it otherwise would be, though. Other than that, I don't really see too much interesting stuff going on here. I mean, Bulgaria, I still don't understand what exactly happened here. Maybe he just let him be... Oh, no. Wait, what? Did you just... They weren't at war. I would have seen that here, but they weren't. No, okay. I don't know why. Maybe it was just, you know, he demanded it by a faction. I could see that. But we wouldn't be able to trace it. That's the issue there. Next is Sistan. That's a very strange route of conquest, I will tell you. He's just, like, tearing apart the Al-Abbasi dynasty. Because right over here, this will all become independent once the Sunni Caliph actually dies yet again. Oh, and he actually multiple wars. Nope, that's a war against him. Disappointing. I thought the AI had figured out how that works. Multiple wars at the same time? How does that work? Ah. What a time. Oh, and he actually didn't even get it. Did not actually get the land that he wanted. This is disgusting. I love these borders. They're actually so terrible. Wait, what? Oh, that is Thessalonica. I thought, for a second, I thought it was Sardinia, and I was very confused. You know, the difference is negligible, really. Man, Slovak, you are a disappointment, you know that? So much potential for him to rise up, and what do we get? Absolutely nothing. Emperor Shizo Borjin. I can only assume he is the, yes, the Chinese emperor. So the Mongols succeeded there already. They didn't do that historically. Not that quickly anyway. And the war is over. Oh, he's actually attacking multiple people. Incredible. Orthodox Sir. You know what? I don't even want to think about that. But he's not even Orthodox. This is not even him. This is the Orthodox Sir. Oh my God. That was a swift... Oh, yep. Now they're going for it. The Mongols have figured out having multiple wars at once. And the world is in terror. I mean, I would be too. Look at that. This is how you win at this game. Incredible. Huh. That's disastrous. That's disastrous for everybody else. Man, I really like that. Once they get started, once they get rolling, it just doesn't end. I really love that. And theoretically, they could go ahead and attack, you know, known enemy. By the way, speaking of which, I assume that this is the, yeah, Conquered and Holy War. So this is the Apple, the Sword of Jesus. Yeah. So he did a good job there. And look at this stuff. Oh, he died. Abbasids, you gotta declare against the Abbasids, and you know it. You coward. Chagatai will come in time, believe you me. Oh, now he's actually going for Parsa. Yep, there you go, for Persia. What a weird way to conquer this region, you know that? What a very, very strange turn of events. But the Sunnis are gone. I mean, they're just done for. Absolutely crushed. The HRE is migrating east further and further, now deep into Belarus. What gives? What gives? And he is clearly winning this. He's not gonna, I mean, look at the troop count. He's not gonna give that one away. There's nobody able to oppose him anymore. And the Mongols are much, much stronger than these Seljuks are when they invade. And the Mongols are much more hard-coded to actually be able to go all the way to their greatest extent. In vanilla you never see that, but in H.I.P you practically always see it. It's not that tough though to edit that, to be fair, but I've never done it. Never saw the need for it. You know, it is what it is, hey. I respect the Mongols. The Mongols take, and the Mongols conquer. And I didn't even notice how much Tengri had been defeated. Although I guess it is fairly late into the game, so it makes a lot of sense for that actually being the case. And look at this, Basileus Theodotos, the Lionheart is going to lose the Crim here. Crimea will fall to the Mongols. And it just looks so easy for the Mongols, I like it. That's the way it should be. Khan Yochi of the Meg. Yeke Mongol Ulus. That's the word. Only they cleaned up their borders a little bit. 1228 now. Quite deep into the game. Nothing over here even still. I like that Alba, you know, held its position the entire time. Yeah, look at them. That's just, that's crazy. Khorasan. There you go. Alright, finally. Towards decent borders, I suppose. What I want to keep doing here is I want to keep this going until the Mongols split. And that is probably when we're gonna stop this playthrough. No, this has been 52 minutes. Good God. How deep are we in? 211 years. The game does start running considerably slower, although I honestly cannot complain. It's still running fairly well. Especially thinking about the map density and everything. You know, slowing the game down, and yet it's running like a real champ. Oh, and Polska. The madman. It's not an independence war. Alright. Well, would have been. Would have made me very, very happy, but you can't all get lucky in life, you know? Just the way it is. And I think after the death of Khan Yochi, it will split, isn't that right? I thought it would split right after that with Chagatai. Who even is Chagatai? Oh, he's just a brother. I think so, yeah. I might be wrong though. It might not work like that at all. Oh, next against the Abbasids. I knew it. And that is of course Dailam right here. Isn't that gorgeous? All of Ukraine has now become Tengri. They are of course now in the right religion. Abbasids not so much. I wonder, where's the next crusade? Oh wait a minute, I forgot. We had one. Didn't go so well for them though, did it? Could call a next yeah, they could call a next actual jihad, but I mean, I think they're busy. Every year they're being attacked by the damn Mongols. And I'll tell you, the Mongols have actually been successful in reintroducing nomad vassals everywhere, even in Persia down there. Although, of course, that will change once they split into the Golden Horde and the Il-Khanate. There you go, Dailam has fallen. And just like that, The Mongols has... Oh! What the... Excuse you? Shirazi decided to not be a vassal of theirs? How did they get away with this? How did they get away with this? Yeah, now we have Ogodai and... Who? You're not Chagatai. What happened there? You know what? I actually don't know. I have no idea. I have exactly 0% of an idea. I guess he just passed away. I mean... It's the only real explanation that I have here. He just went over his head, I guess. Oh, Chagatai. Oh, you poor sub. Died of poor health. Whatever that means. And Dailam invaded again because they didn't take everything. God, I hate when that happens. And it keeps happening. There you go. Now they finally took it all. What? Oh, goodbye, Bulgaria. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're bordering them. Damn. Goodbye, Bulgaria. Indeed. But it is just a subjugation war, so it's kind of, you know, okay for Tsar Slavak the Wise of Bulgaria. Because whereas he might fall, and when I say might, I mean he will fall, he will just become a vassal. You know, he'll be fine with it. Oh, he's depressed. What a sad, sad man. What are you up to here? Doing another invasion. I can only assume against Shirazi? Yeah. Alright. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, it's... yeah. It's just... What is the actual line here? Yoshi died under suspicious circumstances? Ooh, war's over. So interesting that they declared independence there. What a strange circumstance. Oh, and now here goes Iraq. I love the Mongols. They're so good. Look at Bulgaria. What a poor son of a gun. Nicaea, unable to restore the empire, is fearing for its life. Thessalonica, in the meantime, you know, just exists. Good old König Guzwin. He's just like, hey, I like life. Used to be German. No longer. Oh, the plague was here? I missed it. I mean, of course the plague was here. That was the perfect time, but I missed it. Ah, god damn it. Anyway. Murtakun, whatever, dude, will conquer Iraq. I just want this. I just want to see the horde split, okay? That's all I want to see. Because if I'm not mistaken here, then we're going to see Bulgaria as part of the Golden Horde. It's kind of cool. Might be mistaken though, to be fair. Never know really when you're gonna go. Oh, there they go again with the Siberian wastes. Easy. Man, once, you know, just being a Mongol once in your life, in CK2 that is, of course. There is a way in vanilla even to found the Mongol Khanate, and I think you just get a huge stack of event spawn troops to do what the Mongols did after. Not quite certain, but I think so. What are you going for here? Oh, Al-Iraq. Really? Wait, what? Wait, how? Oh, it's this dude, not... I thought it was this flag. But it's not. Alright, that makes a lot more sense. I think now it's going just for like... this? Yes. Okay. Why is this a Seljuk flag? Oh, it's a host. The Seljuk host is going around raiding the Mongols. This game... But the Mongols' forces are growing tired and wearisome. Down to 30k. Don't know how long they can keep this onslaught. Still hate the HRE, I'll be honest with you. Too big. Way too big. Kabulistan again? When did they get back on that? Come on. What a wasted war. No, I sit here waiting for a war an entire year. Oh, will they split? Will they split though? No? No split? Damn. They haven't made it to hike yet. They have not made it to hike yet. Sunni revolt, huh? The things are going. I don't honestly feel like they are going to make it to hike. What is this? Tsar Company. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. I love it. I really do. Oh, there's Ogodai. And Chagatai is also involved. Aka Chagatai of Noyan. I think they're gonna split, my man. I think they are going to split. Quite soon, hopefully. I don't know why some things always, you know, keep becoming independent here. It's a bit strange, really. And I honestly think I'm going to leave you with this on for maybe like another 10 or 20 minutes. I'll be going. Have a good one. And see you later, alligator.